Lie low, little dogies, lie low on the ground.
Oh, I have a real wonderful song for you, boys and girls, but you know you're going to have to use your imaginations here, because you're going to have to imagine I'm an old cowpoke out on the range, because this is the story of a cowboy during spring roundup out on a big ranch. And you know, oh, that's awful busy times on a ranch, spring roundup. So I want you to imagine that I'm an old cowboy and I've gone way out to the far end of the ranch to round up the Dogies and bring them in to the home corral. Of course, a Dogie is just a little calf. And you know, if we don't round them up and bring them into the home corral every year and brand them and inoculate them and inoculate. Ooh, that's a big word, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what that means. That's, well, you give them a shot in the arm. You know, like you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a shot in the arm, maybe like the Salk polio vaccine. Well, we got to take care of those little baby calves, just like your mommies and daddies have the doctor take care of you. And so this cowboy starts bringing back maybe about 50, 60 little Dogies, and it gets night, and they get squalling and bawling something terrible. Why, a cowboy can't get a wink of sleep if he can't get those Dogies to sleep. So some smart cowboy figured out a long time ago, I reckon he must have been from Texas, don't you? And he figured out if you sing just a little song to them, they'll go right to sleep. I remember when I was a little Dogie, my mama used to sing to me, and I'd go to sleep. Well, after this cowboy sings and gets his Dogies, sings and gets his Dogies, sings and gets his Dogies to sleep, he throws to sleep, he throws to sleep, he throws his saddle down on the ground. Well, of course, you know, cowboy always uses his saddle for a pillow. And as he lays down there and he looks up and he sees the moon and the stars up in the sky, well, he knows only God can make the moon and the stars. Of course, you know that too, don't you? And he sees a big pile of rocks piled up out there, oh, maybe a mile high. Well, he knows only God could make the mountains. Well, of course, you know that too, don't you, boys and girls? And who's got a paintbrush big enough to paint the tops of those mountains white with snow? Well, only God can do that. So, after this cowboy gets his Dogies to sleep, he has a little talk with the Lord. Something just about like this. The sky-riding foreman is watching up there. Lie low, little Dogies, lie low. We don't have a worry, we don't have a care. Lie low, little Dogies, lie low. He hung out the moon and the stars in the sky to light up the way where we'll go by and by, where the green grass a-growing is nearly knee-high. Lie low, little Dogies, lie low. Lord, there's just a lot of things that's been happening that just don't make sense to me. Like last night, that little calf, he died, and, well, that coyote, he's a-running free. Now, I know you got your reasons, Lord, and, well, I reckon they're all right, 'cause you made that ornery little coyote that killed that little calf last night. And I sure don't want to judge you, Lord, about the things you do and say, 'cause you made the world and all that's here, and, well, Lord, you ought to have your way. But I just kind of wanted to tell you tonight, Lord, well, sort of tell you, friend to friend, that I'm just mighty happy that you're my boss. Well, I reckon that's all. Amen. Lie low, little Dogies, lie low on the ground. Lie low, little Dogies, stop your milling around. Why, if you stray from the herd, you may never be found. Lie low, little
lie low